Ah, there we are. We are in record. G'day, guys. It's Paul here, and thanks for jumping on this call and joining us on our Magic Moments Movement Zoom. This is genuinely has become my favourite event of the week. I get really excited about it, and the reason is there are people out there like myself and like many people who are working with our company who are feeling like, or have felt like they're meant for more. They're meant for more. You know, there's been more. There's got to be more to life than what they're doing now. And often we can find ourselves in that position and not have a pathway to follow. But tonight we get to share with you and invite you in on what we do and why we do it. And that's what I get really excited about. It's very easy, and a lot of people can relate to this. It's very easy to get caught in that trap or that treadmill of life where you get up, you go to work, you don't necessarily love your day at all. You come home completely exhausted. You don't feel like you've had any true sense of purpose or passion, and you actually believe this is normal and that there's nothing you can really do about it but go to bed, wake up and do it all over again. And it's good to find ourselves in a position where we may be feeling like we've sold out. You know, we've sold out on our dreams, on our values, on what we thought was our potential, and even selling out on time, with our family, and thinking that this is normal and really a safe place to be purely because everyone else is doing it. So we're going to be inspiring you tonight with a possible plan B, an option. And for many that engage with our business, it actually sort of ends up becoming plan A, and a real, not even an escape from the life people are doing now, but more an opportunity to go and create a life that you really felt you were deserving of. So this may or may not be for you, and that's okay. But I encourage you to sit back and just listen into these stories and the people you're going to hear to speak tonight, and just think to yourself, well, what if? What if I could be working with like-minded people, people that have a passion, a sense of purpose? What if I could be earning a little bit more extra money to bring that into the family household, just to take a little bit of pressure off the financial situation at home? What if, life could just be better? What if things could be different? For a lot of people, that's a real significant situation, or real situation for people where they're thinking, what if things were just different, that they didn't have to do what they're doing now? So what would your life look like then? So tonight you're going to hear about a very simple but really amazing product, Juice Plus, and it's based on Mother Nature. You're going to hear about the company behind Juice Plus. You're going to hear about a business that's literally bringing back choice into the lives of people around the world, and allowing people to dream again and shape and design their lives again. I feel really excited and at the same time humbled to be a part of this movement and to be introducing you to the people who are going to share their stories tonight. So before I do that, I just want to share with you a little bit about the company. It's been around for 47 years, so it's quite a long time. It's a huge organisation, and we get Juice Plus out to over 22 countries around the world. We're known as the company with a heart, and I'm really proud to say that, and I really believe that it's true. Our mission is very simple. It's to inspire healthier living around the world. And in the Western world in particular, who do you know that doesn't need to be healthier? The founder of the company, Jay Martin, is still the man behind the mission. So for a company this size, you just don't find that anymore, where companies haven't been sold off, where the integrity and the commitment behind the company and its mission is still held by the man that founded the company. It's huge, it's amazing. And globally, we've done over $10 billion of sales, and all based on our very simple product, Juice Plus, which continues to get reordered and repurchased by our customers around the world. So what I want to do on that note, I want to hand over to Julia. Julia is a raving fan. I'm going to spotlight you, Julia, and unmute you. But she's a, where are you? Sorry. Unmute you. Here we are. Unmute. Oh, it's jumping around. Unmute. I got you there? You there, Julia?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm just going to mute Celine. Sorry, mate. So Julia's a raving fan. You haven't been on Juice Plus that long, but you've had an amazing experience with it to the point where you just decided I need to be sharing this with people. So what I'd love you to do is share with us exactly what you do when you have people asking you, hey, you're looking awesome, you look different, you're glowing, what is it that you're doing? Can I have a piece of it? So you want to take it away?
Okay. Hi,
Thanks,
everyone.
mate.
Welcome to... Hey, how are you? Okay, so I've been asked to talk about some of the products that we've got for Juice Plus. It's all pretty simple, but they're great. And as I tell you about this tonight, I'm glad to say that after me being on it for 4 months, all 6 members of my family now take Juice Plus daily. So it's in every morning we wake up, whether it's my 5-year-old son, I've got 4 children ranging from 5 to 22, and my husband and I all start the day with Juice Plus. So probably one of the first ones we've got here are the capsules. So they're just fruit, berry, veg in a capsule. We all know we need to have more fruit and veg in our diet, and this gives it to us. We just, look, it's as easy. We get up every morning, we just have them out on the counter. We all take our capsules, and I just know that we're all got a good start for the day, and anything else after that's a bonus. There's over 30 different types of fruit and veg in the capsules. So pretty simple sort of stuff, your apple, pineapple, peach, cabbage, carrot, broccoli, all those things that we need to get that I suppose if we tried to eat them all in one day, we'd probably be pushing it. So these are a really good start. So for anyone who's got children between the ages of 4 and 18, as an adult you sign up for these, you can then get the either the capsules or the tubes in the Children's Health Study. So that's free for up to 4 years. And in these, there's 17 types of fruit and veg. I just introduced my 5-year-old to them probably about 2 months ago. And on the first night they arrived, I couldn't find him before bed. He was hiding in the pantry, eating them. He loved them that much. So he, whether you've got a fussy eater like I do, who won't touch anything that's got green or fruit and veg or healthy in it, this is my go-to. And there we go there. And but even if you don't have a fussy eater, it's great to get them in. The kids love it. So he's got them. It's his big day. He wakes up every morning and his big job of the day is to get these out for him and his sister. And it's a terrible day if he walks off to school and he's forgotten to do that little job. Alrighty, so then this is the next one we've got, which is just the omegas. Basically, it's just all your good fats in a capsule. It's plant-based omega, and they bypass the fish and go straight to the plant. I love the capsules so much that for the fruit, berry, veg, that I had to take these as well. So these are also a part of my daily intake. And then we've got the shakes. So they come in chocolate and vanilla. I don't have any vanilla left because it's my favourite, and I actually had my last one a couple of days ago, but I'll be getting some. I use these for my breakfast. Obviously, we use them on the shred, but then even after the shred, I always start the day with one or have one in the afternoon when I'm getting tired. These have been replaced my usual 3 o'clock V, and they're just yummy, and they're great for a quick brekkie, lunch or a snack. Alrighty, so that's the range. It's pretty simple and I love it. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got Matt who's going to come on. I've got a few questions to ask him, and he's a big fan of Juice Plus. Hi, Matt.
G'day, mate.
How you going?
Good, buddy.
It's good. Alrighty, so could you just share with us what your health and lifestyle was like before Juice Plus, and particularly doing the shred, and what weren't you happy about with it?
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that. That was awesome. For me, okay, I've been taking Juice Plus now for just over 4 years. And for me, my journey started looking to improve my parents' health, especially my mum. She'd been through breast cancer and had a hip replacement, and I understood the nutrition that she needed to get a great recovery. So learning more about fruit and veg, actually I got a call from Paulie sharing the capsules, and I couldn't find anything that that they could take quite an easy and convenient. I tried the blender and the smoothie, and I got the smoothie book and everything, and it started off great, but then it was cost them a bit too much money, so then they kind of pushed it aside, and I didn't know, well, okay, fair enough, what do you do? But then you know, as I said, Paulie came along, showed this, and he showed me what they were, the price, and I went, if this is what it really is, this is going to be perfect. So I started taking it myself, and this is when I realised that my diet, and well, I ate well, I thought I ate well, and that's when it made me focus on myself and variety of things that I got. So for me, you know, I was lacking a lot of fruit and vegetables in my diet. You know, for me, I noted my recovery from training was massive. It turned around huge. I wasn't as sore as long as I used to be. I started sleeping better and more energy. So for me, you know, they were massive. They were really massive for me. But the important part for me was knowing that my parents, you know, were having this in their, you know, knowing that I had this to support them. And, you know, my parents did a bit of the overcooking of the vegetables and that sort of thing. So I knew I was quite really happy knowing that I had this in their back pocket. But then when we got into the Shred 10, for me, like the Shred 10 I thought was brilliant. You know, so it made me realise, it made me look at what actually food I was eating and what was in the food that I was eating. And that was massive for me. Like, you know, like a lot of jar stuff that I got, I thought was quite good. But no, I learned so much more about preservatives and crap that's actually in our foods that I've never seen before and never knew about. And for me, that was a great eye-opener. And, you know, and Chantel jumped on board and she's been taking Juice Plus as well. So our cupboards, really after that, our first shred, it changed a lot. There was a lot of stuff that we never bought again and replaced with a lot of natural kind of herbs and spices, and we made a lot of stuff ourselves. And so that was great. But yeah, so I noticed with they were doing the Shred 10, I noticed a bit more clarity in my head, you know, because when you cut out like a few coffees and the alcohol and that sort of stuff, you know, it brings back my clarity, and my energy levels were great. So that's kind of, and I've been on it since, and so everything's been great. You know, my health has been really well. Chantel's been great. You know, we've had a little baby and she's healthy as, you know, she's been at childcare now for the last 5-6 weeks. You know, and other kids are dropping off, getting colds and this, and she's fighting on. We're going, all right, this is looking pretty good so far. So we really like to think that, you know, Juice Plus has had a lot to do with that, because it's kind of kept us in a healthy state. So, and we've passed that good stuff on to her. So overall, yes, the Juice Plus has been great for us, and it's really optimised our family's health. So it's great.
Beautiful. So where do you see your family's health moving forward from here?
But going forward, just staying strong. You know, we're both, you know, reasonably healthy all the time. You know, if we do get something, we might get the symptoms of something, but it doesn't really progress into anything more. It's just, so we don't miss a day. You know, sometimes, you know, Chantel will be reminding me, have you taken it today? You know, which is great, because she's all over it, and she loves it. So, so we will always stay on this now, knowing that this is going to benefit our family, you know, for the rest of our lives.
Perfect. And is there just one thing that stands out that you've enjoyed the most about Juice Plus and doing the shred?
My recovery, as I said, from my training. So when I went out and smashed myself up, you know, having those shakes, like, you know, in those shakes is everything your body needs to recover. So I love coming home and after a hard workout and getting one of those into me. And it just, as I said, I recovered great. You know, I felt great. So, that was it.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Thank you.
No worries.
Awesome, mate. I really like that. Thank you, both of you, for sharing that. I'll just take the spotlight off you, Matt. There we go. Hopefully. Bingo. And I'll mute you. Yeah, look, both of you, thanks a lot for sharing that. I've got to be honest and say, Julia, when you were sharing the products and you're talking about the family and the family's into it, I totally get it. It's my wife, my kids, myself, and I buy it for mum as well. It's a complete family upgrade in terms of your health and your nutritional status, and it does become a family experience. So I totally got that. When you mentioned 30 different fruits, veg and berries, every time I hear that, I sit there and think to myself, you know what, there's no chance in hell that I'd be doing that from food alone. So that's really cool. And the fussy eaters, the whole the Children's Health Study and that whole thing around fussy eaters, we've been blessed to not have fussy eaters, but doesn't mean that we don't make Juice Plus our baseline anyway. But for people like yourself, and there are many out there, that could be a godsend, you know. So I really sort of resonated with that. Matt, you were talking about recovery, sleep, and energy. That was literally the significant things for me over 10 years ago, and I don't notice them anymore. It's just how it is for me, and it's simple. I've been experiencing that for over 10 years purely from just using Juice Plus. So it's a no-brainer. I have no desire to go off Juice Plus to test out whether it works or not. I'm just staying on it. And I really, mate, I really loved how you were loving on your mum and looking out for her health. And that was the same with me. As soon as I thought, you know what, my mum's worth this, I just went and started buying for mum and saying. And you talked about, you know, the going down that road of looking at foods and preservatives and this and that. It really is true. Juice Plus puts you down a pathway of education and interest. So it really is a catalyst for change. And the JP baby, you've got one, I've got two. So you got one to go yet, mate. I totally get it. And honestly, hand in my heart when I say this, mate, is I'm really proud to have a Juice Plus baby. It sounds really silly sometimes, especially people that don't know about Juice Plus. They think you're off your head. But it's an amazing thing to be able to do for your children. What I want to do now is I want to shift gears and share with you a little bit about our business and the opportunity with our business. And what I love about it primarily is, like the product, like what Julie just shared, our business is simple. So what our company does is they do all the hard work and they let people like me do what I love doing, and that's just helping people. So they create Juice Plus, and they had independent institutions scrutinise their product to prove its efficacy, which is an amazing thing in itself, that they put their company up on the chopping block like that. They stock and ship Juice Plus directly to my customers. They handle payments on behalf of all my customers, or on my behalf, and they pay me and my team directly into my chosen bank account on the 10th of every month, which is, they've never missed a check. I don't know if they're ripping my checks off, but they've already put them in there on the 10th of the month. They have an amazing business coaching program, and it's really common talk in our company for people to say it's actually a personal development program disguised as a business. And I can honestly say that for me, that's been something that's really true and evolving for me, and I'm really enjoying that. We have a tried and proven business system, and we often say, and it's level playing ground. So we often say, you know, if your business isn't working, it's not the product, it's not the marketing plan. We all have the same thing. It's you, and that's where that personal development comes in. So it's really cool to have that there's no advantage. You know, one person doesn't have an advantage over others, and they give us that, a website, and an amazing head office team in Newcastle, all for $165 a year. So I know I'm probably guilty of this, and I know that if I had spent $10,000 on a business, I probably would have addressed it harder and with more passion. But for $165 with a business that has no risk, it's just a no-brainer. So what I want to do is not go into too much detail about that. You know, if you want to learn more about the business, just get back in touch with the person that invited you onto this Zoom or sharing this recording with you. But just before I get on to bringing our guest on, I just want to share a couple more things, and that is, what I love is we get paid to care on and love on people and go out into the world and help people with their health. And it's a crazy concept that a company pays us to do that. So we get paid in three ways. One is in retail sales profits. For anyone that buys Juice Plus from you, the company will pay you a retail sales profit, which is really cool and it's really simple. And everyone, doesn't matter what position in the company you are, everyone earns that same retail sales profit. We get paid on commissions, so on our team's performance, which I really like that, because it's not a sign-up club. It doesn't matter how many people you have in your team. It's not going to make an impact on your business or you personally, for that matter, unless you're nurturing and growing your team and helping them develop themselves. So that's a really cool thing. And we have bonuses. So we're a teach-to-teach business. So there's an amazing bonus plan, if you like, when you start the business, where as a sponsor to somebody, if you help them through that, they can pick up bonuses along the way, and the company also pays you as a sponsor for them achieving those bonuses as well. So it's a really cool thing. So I want to move over now and not waste any more time in introducing you to Celine Egan. Celine, I'm going to be real honest with you, mate, is when you came on, I'll just unmute you and I will spotlight you as well. Mm-hmm. I've done that, yeah. When you joined the company, I'd been there already. And for me, you were just an Irish woman that had a lot of passion and enthusiasm, but I really didn't know your background, and I didn't see you coming in terms of what you've done for the company. I know you have a background yourself in the direct sales and network marketing industry. I know that you were corporate before that, and you didn't like that corporate lifestyle, especially having children and not wanting to be working and having other people, working hard to pay other people to look after your kids. And around that time, my understanding is you thought, what, I'm going to take a much stronger look at this network marketing and really build something for myself. From there, I know you rocketed to the top of your company. You achieved a lot of goals, not just financially, but with making a difference to the direct sales industry. I know you wrote some books, which are obviously of great value, not just to yourself, but to then the people that are reading them. And I guess where I picked up on you, or where you came into my life, is where you met Louise, the founder of Nutrition Plus, our charity of choice, at a network marketing event, direct sales event. And the next thing you know, you would weave your way into our company, and I have never, ever seen so many NMDs. So for anyone that doesn't know what an NMD is, that's the top position in our company. I've never seen so many come through at such a rate, doing it in such a short space of time. And I know it's all been around your coaching. So what I would love to do, and this is what I always do for our guests, is that's your bio. But for me, you're just an amazing woman who's all heart and literally gives all your time and bleeds and feeds into other people to see them shine and see them grow. And it's not just a privilege, it's just we're very lucky to have you on board. So what I was hoping to do, and I know you're a rambler just like me, and I'm just going to let you take it away, but what I'd love you to do is, we've been having NMDs on here as our guest wow factors, sharing really their story, what their life was like before the Juice Plus business, what the Juice Plus business opened up for them and the difference it started to make for them, where they are now and the freedom that they have and the difference that they're making in other people's lives and the impact that they're having and how they see their future moving forward. I know, well, I don't really, but it's a very, very educated guess, is you have played a critical role in every one of those NMDs that are coming flying across the stage in our company. And so with all of that coaching and leadership with them, I know that there are probably a few common themes or attributes or things that are helping them get there. So I would love if you could share with us what they are. If you need to draw upon some particular NMDs and share their story and wow us with the lives they're living, please do that, because as we know, it's not about bragging about the fast car, the big house. It's about inspiring, what people have done and the choices they've made with that freedom, and enabling them to change their lives. So I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to hand over to you to really spin us out. Thanks, mate.
No worries. Where's that mute button? Hang on. Let's mute now. Excellent. Look, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, and thank you for those kind words. At the end of the day, I just am so blessed to live in my passion and purpose, and that to me is what kind of gets me up in the morning to be able to impact more lives. And when I'll be forever grateful to a lady called Christine, who asked me, what if life could be different? I was working in merchant banking. I had, at that point in time, 2 children under 2, and I had gone back to work when both of them were only 3 months old. It was in the days when interest rates hit 18%, and we had just built our first home. So for me, it's like, it's I have to. I feel that I am absolutely, it is my job and duty to pay it forward, because somebody actually took that time. And last call, Christine took the time to go, what if this could be something more for you? What if you could have some other choices? And as you said, Paul, then, the rest is history for us and our family and the choices that we've been able to have. So I feel very blessed to be able to walk this journey. And so for me, linking arms with our many new national marketing directors, we've got conference in a few weeks' time, and we will be recognizing 17 new national marketing directors for this past year, which is so, so exciting. That's people that have decided that, they're not going to allow any excuses in the way. And what you asked, what were the things that I noticed, and I've noticed along the journey with those who do move through the compensation plan through to that national marketing director role. The first thing that I will say to you is that this is available for absolutely everybody. There's no kind of ceiling on how many people can move through our company, through to any one of the ranks, especially the top rank of National Marketing Director. The difference between that and, say, for example, when I was working in merchant banking, was that there was a ceiling. I had to wait for somebody to die or leave, basically, before I could get a promotion. That was the reality. These guys were walking around with their walking sticks in there. So I knew that for somebody like myself, who was a hard worker and who wanted to do something, that I needed to look at something else. I needed to have some other options. And that's the same with many of the people that we've actually coached through to National Marketing Director, is that they wanted some choices. They wanted to be able to say yes to more. They wanted to be able to know that they had choices around where they could send their kids to school, the holidays that they had, the charities that they were able to support, all of those types of things. At the end of the day, the check that we get is in direct proportion to the number of lives that we've impacted. And that's what I love about this. It's not, yes, absolutely. Doesn't mean that you can have a nice car or a nice home or any of those kinds of things. If they're important to you, absolutely. For us, the thing that was important to us as a family was actually adventures, experiences, and being able to give back. And so we've been so blessed to be able to do that. Our 3 kids now, and because I added a third one into the equation, are 26, 25, and 22. That's it. I had to think about that for a second. And you know what? We've been able to raise them and travel with them and be able to have those exciting things. So what are the things that I've noticed that are very, very common? The first one with our national marketing directors is that they're quite clear on why they are doing what they're doing. The how in this business is so easy. We get curious. Julie, you did an absolutely beautiful, beautiful job there and talking about our products. And, Matt, you sharing your story as well. That's as hard as our job actually gets when it comes down to it. We use our products. We share our stories. We just share them with lots and lots of people. And the thing that I know that to be true about national marketing directors is that they're very clear about why they're wanting to do that. So one half of that will be that they do want to help other people to have better health statistics. Inspiring healthy living around the world is the mission that we are on. And so that's true. Those people that are successful genuinely embody that. They are a product of the product and they want to share that. So they just share that with lots of people. And the other side of it is they also have that why that is personal to them. And that could be about being able to have choices, being able to say yes to more, whatever that might be for them. It'll be the thing that gets them out of bed. For me, looking at those kids, I wanted to be able to have the choice that we could live the life that we wanted to live. And even though, you know what, our product as simple and as brilliant as it is, and our business as simple and brilliant as it is, some people will not want to come along for the journey, and that's totally cool. It's okay. But on those days when you are getting the knockbacks, you need to be really clear about why you're doing it. And so for me, it was a case of even when I was getting the no's or the knockbacks or whatever, I wasn't going to allow that to kind of knock me off my perch. And that's exactly the same that I noticed with the NMDs that come through, is that even on those days when they might feel like kind of having a pity party and going down, they pick themselves back up again because they're focusing on why they've chosen to do what they do. The second thing that I notice a lot about those national marketing directors is there are no excuses. Now, does that not, really and truly, things come up for people all of the time. But instead of those excuses being the things that knock them down, oftentimes they will turn them into the reasons why they're wanting to do what they do. So, for example, people going to conference, there will be plenty of people that will have excuses as to why they won't go to conference. And that might be, the kids or whatever like that. But oftentimes the excuses and the reasons why they're not going to are the very reasons why they need to be able to have different choices down the track. So what I notice about national marketing directors that are working their way through and that are successful is they just reframe those excuses and they turn them into reasons why they need to go to work and make this business a success. The other thing that I notice too is that they've got a strong DMO. Okay, and what that basically means is that daily method of operation. They have those skills and basically the tasks that are going to show up and do day in, day out. And the biggest one for us is getting curious about people, having conversations with people, getting to know them, building relationships with them. And when we do that, when we actually take the time to build relationships with people, we will find what their pain is, because most of us have got some pain around something, whether it's about health, whether it's about wealth, whether it's about choices, whether it's about being able to say yes instead of no, being able to live the life that they want to live. There will be that pain there. But people are not just going to bear all unless you take the time to actually get to know them, get curious and ask questions. And so what I notice as well is that those that are successful just get curious more often. They have more conversations. They're working that grid so that they have a consistent DMO. And that's the big word as well, consistency. Okay, we can all do a little every now and again, but that little every now and again is going to give you that part-time income. If you truly want to actually build a successful business, it's doing those tasks consistently every day, especially on the days when you don't feel like it. And again, you know, people can say, oh, you know what, I can work whenever I want. Absolutely. Your return on effort is return on effort. And that's what I also love about this business too, is you get paid, you get rewarded for the work that you're actually prepared to put in. And so you've got to put that in. Now, there will come a time, and I've got, you know, we've got some amazing national marketing directors at the moment that, to be honest, do not need to work another day in their lives. But the reality is that they actually do, because I've also noticed too that the successful leaders are servant leaders, which means that they still want to show up. They still want to show up and have the conversations. They still want to be able to hold the events because they want to be able to impact the people that are actually coming behind them. They want to be able to show the way and shine the light for those others that are coming behind. You know, Linda Evans is a perfect example. Linda was a sales coordinator when I actually joined the business, and we met at the very first conference that I was a guest speaker at, and a friendship was formed. And so when I, got involved with the business, it was great because I was able to work right alongside her. And I remember the days where she was living in a little unit with her 3 young children, and they had moved back from the US, and they were kind of starting all over again. And things were really, really tough. And what she wanted, the choices she wanted then, was to be able to kind of go and have a coffee, catch up with girlfriends and not be worrying about whether she could have it, and take out once a week. I mean, that was kind of where she was at. And I even remember the chicken shop. We drove past it where she wanted to be able to go and have that. Now she could probably buy the chicken shop. I mean, that's the reality. I mean, the home, and I've watched the homes, I've moved the houses with her each time kind of thing, where there was that little upgrade and that little upgrade, and now they have this beautiful home overlooking the water, and they have absolutely deserved it, because there was the days when she could have given up, when there was those more no's than what there were yeses, that she was consistent and diligent. And even if she had a pity party, she shook it off and went back again, because she could see she had a why that was super, super strong. So if I could say to you, you know, what would I say, you know, to get clear, if you were joining our mission and you were deciding that, you know what, I want to walk in the footsteps of those people who've walked before, success leaves clues, what would I do? Well, the first thing that I would say to you is get really, really clear on why you want to do this. What is it that is important to you? And some of you will say to me, you know what, I just would love an extra couple of $100 so that I could have my family on Juice Plus and pay for that. That's brilliant. But the question I would ask you is why? What does that mean to you? Because it's not just about the money. What would that actually mean to you? Would it mean that maybe your health stats would change, or there's some there around health? Well, what would that mean to you? And just dig a little bit deeper, but get really, really clear on what is it that's not right in your life right now that you would love to change. And we've all got stuff, and that it's not, doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make you anything. It just means that you're human, you're real, you're vulnerable, and you're allowing yourself to dream that little bit bigger. And that's the thing that I think people have forgotten. So if you were to think about why is it that you actually want to get started? And then what I would say to you is, be an absolute student. Watch those people who are being successful and do what they do. So that is getting curious about people and starting conversations, okay? Being prepared to let people know about our amazing product and our absolutely awesome business plan as well. allowing people to be able to have the knowledge, to be able to make the choices, to come along on the journey, to be consistent with that, making sure that you are showing up in your business every single day. And that these are all of the things. And then getting along to events like this, your online events, your live events, your conference events, staying close to the fire. The people who are successful are the ones who are showing up day in, day out, and not making excuses about, why. And the other thing I would say to you is be honest with yourself. Be honest with what you're truly doing to work your business rather than what you think you're doing. So have some kind of accountability in place. What I know to be true with the national marketing directors that are coming through is that they are putting accountability in place, whether that's with an upline, whether it's with one of the team from our office, whatever it might be, putting some accountability in place so that they know that they truly are showing up in their business each day and they're doing the do. And the last thing that I'll finish up with is really and truly, we have a huge opportunity. This, we're about to be celebrating Mother's Day and that. And I'm passionate about this because, mums and dads now, and dads even more so, want to be able to have the choices to be there with the bubs. They want to be able to be hands-on parents. And we get the choice to be able to provide that. And that was for me. That was the killer for me. I just, when I had to put those kids into childcare early on and realize that somebody else was going to see all the firsts rather than me. And Mick. And this business enabled us to actually be able to be hands-on parents. And there's been nothing better. The relationship we have with our kids, I believe, is a direct result of the freedom that this industry actually gave us. So you've got that choice to be able to, make a decision to go, you know what, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to give this a go. And I'm going to see what's going to actually happen. And we're excited. We're so excited to be doing life and business with you, and we can't wait to have more of you join us on this mission. So back to you, Paul.
Woo! That was awesome. Thank you. Okay, so this is actually true. I'm going to tell you this is actually true. I had, when you see cartoons of cats' hair going up on their back, I had that going on my back, and I'll tell you why. And I'm hoping that everyone got this down. Is living in a passion and purpose, paying it forward. We have a pay it forward culture. When you said that, what companies do people work in where you hit a stage in your business, like you mentioned about some NMDs that don't need to work anymore, but they just go and do it anyway. Most people work and retire so they don't have to work anymore because they don't like doing what they did. They're glad to retire. But we stay in our work because we love it. What was you had here? It's available for everyone. You're talking about, people have to get promoted, having to wait till someone dies or, kick them out of the way. Not having that, a big thing, and I know this team here is feeling it, is we've been having NMDs, a good list of them, from sideline getting on and supporting us. So not being paranoid that they're going to be giving us information that's going to grow our business, giving us coaching that's going to grow our business past this, but just bleeding into us, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah. And I'm sincerely grateful for. I've got a lot of hugs and kisses to be doing, and you're going to be one of them as well. Hugs and kisses, and I'll be bringing team with you to meet with you. And when I do that, being able to say yes to more, they're not just words. Being able to say yes to more. I mean, everyone on the call tonight, me included, who's doing that? Besides you, Celine, who's actually saying yes to more? We're all saying no to more, And I'll never forget Jeffrey Birdie saying he was prepared to say no now, so he could say yes for the rest of his life. And God, I wish I got that 10 years ago when I was hearing that. The checks being directly related to who we've impacted on. That to me shows actually the beauty behind our company, that you really are not growing yourself in any way, moving your dreams forward unless you're growing someone else's. And that you talked about relationships, and that was huge. So getting clear, number one was getting clear on your why. I'm going to be having this conversation with my team one-on-one. Julia, look out. Matt, look out. Kay, look out. Cheryl and anyone else. Christina, when we do our Monday call, it's going to be accountability time because I loved it. You said that the ones that are getting clear on the goals is primarily they're helping other people. That was their thing, helping other people. Then it was moving into what they want and their choices, and that one leads on to the other. It's really a give to get, not a take to have, and I love that. Not taking the knockbacks personally. I hope we all heard that loud and clear. Trust me, I've had plenty. I've been around 12 years and I've had plenty of people to shut it down. And if you take that on board, you'll literally pack up your tent and go home. And there's just no need to do that at all. But no excuses. And I really loved you were talking there about confidence, and you were talking about the excuses becoming the reason why. And how true is that? You know, like I'm one of them. I just got a tax bill for $14,000. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't getting sent my statements quarterlies while I was spending a year and a half renovating, and suddenly they go, hey, this is what you owe. Quite easy for me to go, yeah, no, I can't put the money down for confidence, but absolutely not, because it will be an investment into me, into my team, and then into me growing my business and potential team. The strong and consistent DMO, again, we'll do this on Monday. It's the grid. Is it not the grid, Celine? Did I hear that wrong?
The grid.
Right. And I'm putting my hand up and saying I need to gridlock harder. The successful leaders are the servant leaders. It's so much more than getting a gold watch for spending 30 years with the company, right?
Yes.
You know, imagine being able to say that. I mean, that to me is a goal, to be able to say that about myself. That's something I want to do. The human, the real, the vulnerability, be the student, stay close to the fire. Do you know what I took for the first time around stay close to the fire? Stay close to the fire for me was always showing up on events, doing the Zoom calls, being at meetings, listening to recordings, listening to coachings. Staying close to the fire is just doing the damn work, isn't it, really?
Yes.
The minute you're not next to the fire, you're not getting burnt, you're not doing it. So doing the action, and that the last thing I picked on was accountability. So thank you so much. For me, I don't care about anyone else. It was mass value. For my team, look out, because I'm just going to be coming at you now saying, well, Celine said, you heard her, you were here, you were there, you heard it. So absolute value. It was absolute value. I might just do one thing, and that is if anyone has a question, I'm going to unmute us all. Hopefully there's not too much feedback. If anyone has a question, please put it out. And if you don't, just throw some love, throw some thank you, and know that we all are going to come up and give you like a full frontal cuddle at conference. All right, so I'll unmute all. If anyone's got a question, please, this is your time right now. This is like up close and personal and private with Celine. Here's how I'm going to do it. Matt, have you got a question?
No, I don't, but thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Christina, do you have a question?
No, but I'm so appreciative and just love all that you give out to all of us, and the caring and the love. You're brilliant. Thank you so much.
All right, back at you.
Kay, do you have a question for Celine?
No, I don't, but I just loved every bit that I heard again. It reinforced everything that I've been told over and over again. But it was just fabulous, Celine, and I just can't thank you enough.
You're welcome. No problems.
Cheryl, do you have a question for Celine?
No, I don't. I've probably got about half a dozen questions in my head, but do you think I can think of them at the moment? No.
Julia,
but thank you.
Julia, do you have a question for Celine?
No, I don't.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna finish this off strong. I do not have a question for Celine, and as we were rolling through, I'm going to tell you why. Because you covered everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak on behalf of anyone else, but I'm speaking on behalf of myself. But I know everyone sitting here was feeling the same way. Is you covered everything. We heard what we know and what we know we need to do, and we've just got to get out and do it. And there will be, you've told me this before, Celine, you blatantly said to me, Paul, the difference between you and any NMD is you've got the work ethic, they're just doing more of it.
That's it. That's
so,
it. You know, look, I'll leave you with the little words that sat on the front of my diary for probably 10 plus years. And you all know them. If it is to be, it is up to me. I stuck it on the front of my diary every single year for about 10 years to remind me that my success was not determined by anybody else. Not my downline, not my upline, not my sidelines, no one. It was the person who looked back at me in the mirror every single morning. That's the person who determines my success. And that's for each of you as well. This is a simple business. There really is no questions. Really, it's just about doing the do. So if it is to be, it is up to me. Have a beautiful night. Sleep well. And I will see you all soon.
Thanks so much, mate. Thank you very much. Sleep well.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye.